We're back here at Kingsholm. I'm joined by Exeter Chiefs head coach Rob Baxter, and Rob, no better way to end the regular season than another bonus point win at Gloucester.
Yeah, and it was a tough old game, wasn't it? You know, it's, as you can hear by my voice, there was a bit of shouting going on from our isolated booth that no one could hear us in, so it was a bit emotional at times. I mean, to be fair to the players, the truth is it followed the pattern of kind of what a Premiership game should be about. There's a real ding-dong battle for a large part of the game, and then one team just manages to get hold of it a bit more than the other team, and that was us today. You know, great credit to Gloucester. I thought they came out with a lot of intensity and a lot of emotion and some really good line speed, and you know that kind of stopped us playing a fair bit. Again, they came up with some relatively soft points from us, really, as has been our norm a little bit. But then at half time, you know, we had some good foundations, and that's all we really talked about at half time. Ali made a couple of little tinkering with our tactical plan, which you saw work very effectively after half time, where we started sniping down the blind and we started getting good meters down the blind side and on short sides. That gave us a lot of momentum and allowed us to kind of get more of a toehold in the game and eventually take a grip on the game. Because, as I said, you know, you've got to give the players great credit. We worked exceptionally hard in the first half of that game. In a very, like I say, very competitive game of Premiership rugby, and we managed to accelerate into the second half. And you know, I think not losing our cool and keeping things together in that first half when it was tough, again showed some really good qualities from us.
Ben Moon, lovely to see him get his first try of the season, finishing that off like a winger, and that gave you a little bit of a breathing space there, didn't it? But
yeah, I mean, it was a tough game, and I think that's what people, as I say, people need to remember. You know, Premiership games of rugby take a bit of winning. You know, you don't just turn up and people fall over your feet and you're running tries. You know, as you saw today, you know, we had to work exceptionally hard. It was to and fro, and we had to put some great sets of defence in as well today. You know, we defended our line pretty well today. The one thing that you know I would criticise the players for, I thought when we started scoring points in the second half, we slipped off tackles a little bit easily. That gave them momentum back in the game quite quickly, and we probably that hurt us a little bit, because every time we kind of got away from someone, we missed a couple of tackles and they came straight back at us. But I think other than that, really, I can't credit the players enough. They've worked extremely hard. We've got some pretty sore and pretty tired bodies there, because we've been asking a lot of a number of players, especially around the back five of the scrum, where we haven't got a lot of fit options at the moment, and the guys are coming through with flying colours. So you know, we'll decompress now for a few days. We'll let the lads kind of get this end of season period out of their hair, and then we'll start cranking things up on Wednesday, and you know, we'll look to really accelerate into the semi-final.
Was perhaps controversially kicked off 15 minutes late. Were you aware that was any discussion before the game?
Yeah, no, we were aware that they kicked off late, but it's one of those things, isn't it? These things happen. You know, crowd. You know, at the end of the day, you know, it's a sport, and people being looked after and people being safe is way more important than, you know, games of rugby kicking off on time. So it's no issue to me. We did what we did all we could do. We came here and got a 5-point win, and it looks like Wasps have done everything they could do, and they've got their 5-point win. So that's kind of what sport should be about.
Was there any discussion at all about delaying the kick-off here?
I didn't hear any. To be fair, I would have thought that it would have been silly to delay any kick-offs. I mean, as I said, you know, it's great. It's a great idea that they all kick off at the same time. Is it the end of the world? Of course it's not. You know, it's one of those things. And we finished second, level on points, was 8. You know, with Wasps, and we're going to get a home semi-final. I haven't got a problem that it's against Saracens. You know, you're going to have to beat some very good. You have to beat some very good teams to finish top of the Premiership, and you have to beat very good teams to win semi-finals and finals. So whether we play Saracens this week or we play Saracens later, however we've got to do it, we've got to do it at some stage. So you know, I'm quite looking forward to bringing them to Sandy Park.
8 successive wins, unbeaten since October. You couldn't be going into it in too much better form, could you?
That's right, you know, and it's still a bit scary when you look back and you think, if any one of those 8 successive bonus point wins, if we'd lost any one of them, you know, we might well be sitting here now in third and going away in the semi-final. So it just shows you the quality of the Premiership, but how well we've had to do. You know, we've actually had to put that run of games together to be where we are now, and as I said, that gives the players great credit for how they've held that together over such an extended period.
Probably what I ask you now, I'd probably ask you the last 3 or 4 games, injuries and an interception. Try 2 things in this game again, isn't it? Yeah,
the lucky interception has to keep going in there, doesn't it? You know, it is. It's one of those things. As I've said before, if you look to play on an edge, sometimes you're going to give things up. Would we rather we didn't give them up? Of course we would. Injuries again. Julian Salby looks like he's picked up a pretty severe knock, so another back 5 forwards kind of gone down today. But then it does look likely that we'll have like Don Armand and Tom Waldron and guys like that back in training next week. So it's like anything in the season. You lose some, you gain some. I thought Sam Simmons came on and did really well. added a real bit of bite. He gave us some really good momentum. He directly led to one of the tries, if not two. I thought, as a young man, he stepped in there fantastically well very early in the game. So we've got options, but just like any other side, we'll keep putting good bodies on the field, and as I say, we'll get ourselves fresh and fit, and we'll throw everything into the next game.
Must be lovely having that 2-week break now, bearing in mind Saracens got a tough European fun against Clermont.
I think it's good for us. It's about right that we've got a break now, because as I said, because we can get back a few bodies that we're going to need, that's going to be very good. But it also just allows us to have that kind of ease off now for a few days before we start cranking things back up again. And sometimes it's that changes in tempo and changes in pace of your week that can really energise and freshen people up more than anything else.
Well, Rob, congratulations, runners up in the final Premiership table, and all the best in the semi-final.
Thank you very much, Nigel. Thank you.